Hello and welcome to Prudent IAS, one-stop solution for all the competitive exams. We are here again with another interesting video. Today our topic will be from General Studies, Paper 1, History section. Like our previous videos, our approach will be the same. We'll choose the topic, do some discussion over the content, give you some insights, and then we'll phrase a model question as well as give you a model answer where we'll be telling you strategic insights about the structure of the answer. If you have not joined our Telegram group Answer Writing by Prudent IAS, do join it today because there we send all these questions a day prior in advance. So by this you can send us your handwritten answers in that group in advance. There you can do some peer-to-peer interaction, access others' answers as well. Also, we'll be picking up one answer for daily evaluation, of course, at no cost. Without wasting time, let's start with today's topic. The partition of British India, sudden or was it inevitable? So today our topic is more opinion-based. We'll be showing both the perspectives, that was it a sudden partition or was it an inevitable partition? What points you are required to write under each. So the partition of British India in 1947 is history's most consequential political divisions. Some people say that it was inevitable. That means it was the culmination of decades-long religious as well as political tensions. It was not sudden. This was the fruit of a long-standing history of religious and political tensions. But others say that no, it was sudden. It was hastily executed and there was insufficient planning. So we are going to examine both the perspectives and then write a balanced answer. The first perspective, that is the case for inevitability. Decades in the making. So what are all the parameters? The first one, colonial legacy of division. See, while examining both the perspectives, you need to convince the examiner that okay, this perspective stands true and leave no room for doubt. So you will be writing certain parameters, giving certain evidences. For example, British divide and rule policies already accelerated the religious tensions. It was in their veins. They used to divide and then rule. Separate electorates for Muslims. Now here you are quoting the evidence, that is in 1909 there was separate electorates for Muslims which institutionalized this political separateness. So the point and the example. The next point is rise of religious nationalism. Congress party, it was seen as increasingly associated with the Hindus, Hindu interest, while as the Muslim League under Jinnah promoted the two-nation theory. So this justified a separate Muslim state. So all these reasons were not sudden, right? The next one is the failed constitutional reforms. Under it, just be crisp, be precise, give all the evidences. That is the Cripps Mission 1942, the Cabinet Mission Plan 1946. They failed to resolve all the differences, which will ultimately lead to partition, right? The Direct Action Day on 1946 sparked widespread communal violence. Now, some global context, that is the post-war global dynamics. See, you will complete the topic using all these parameters. That means all the sides of the issue will be addressed. The global dynamics was that after the World War, Britain was economically weakened and therefore it faced pressure to decolonize. It was pressurized that it had to decolonize. There was no other option. And this was not sudden. This was the result of the World War. The international context shifted toward independence movements. Also, there were a lot of independence movement rising. So these factors created conditions. These factors were long developing, not abrupt ones. They created conditions where partition became increasingly viewed as the only solution. There was this only solution available to the deep-rooted religious as well as the political divisions within British India. These were the points. This was the analysis. As I always give the analysis after the points. The next perspective is the case for suddenness. That was it a hasty implementation? Let's look into it. The first parameter, rapid British decision making. Now, Lord Mountbatten made the partition decision within a year of his arrival. What was the haste? He made it within a year. The Radcliffe Mission drew borders hastily. You know, the borders are drawing like flowchart, drawing, completely skipping all the local complexities. So the Radcliffe Commission drew the borders hastily. This shows that, okay, the partition was a sudden partition. Minimal planning and preparation. There was very little time which was given to the administration for logistical and legal preparations. The management of communal violence and mass migrations was severely inadequate. Had it been a planned, a long-standing partition, then there must be some preparations, right? But there were no such preparations made. Unilateral British approach. This means that this decision was taken unilaterally by the Britishers. It was taken behind the closed doors without any consensus or consultation with the Indian leaders or even the parties of Congress and Muslim League. Last one and the most impactful is the devastating human impact, the cause that it created. The division caused mass migrations of millions of people, which was with insufficient safety measures, leading to widespread violence, and approximately there were about 2 million deaths. So the speed of the implementation, regardless of the underlying causes, what were the causes that we are not going to discuss here, but the speed of the implementation, it created a sense of abruptness. All these points show that, okay, it was sudden, it was abrupt, there was no preparedness. It left ordinary people and even some political leaders unprepared for the scale of changes that it unfolded. After the partition, as you all know, we got three nations, India, Pakistan, and later what we call Bangladesh. So the legacy or the consequences and reflections of partition. These are some points which can be used as facts and data. For example, around approximately 14 million people were displaced. This was quoted as one of the largest history's mass migrations. Approx 1 to 2 million people lost their lives in communal violence and displacement. 75 plus years of tension. Of course, India and Pakistan conflicts, they are still going on. Three nations were formed, India, Pakistan and Bangladesh. The partition left lasting divisions with unresolved issues like Kashmir. So this shows that they were gradual yet abrupt, but the consequences we endure even today. So this can be used as an analyzing point or a summarizing point as well. So without wasting time, let's come to the major part, that is the model question. So today the model question is, was the partition of British India a sudden development? Examine. So here the key word, the directive word is examine. In our directive word lecture, we have already told you what does examine means. Examine means in-depth, comprehensive, detailed examination on all the points, components, structure, etc. Here, your opinion is asked. So, what you're going to do? Are you choosing a side and then writing points? Merely describing it? No. What you are expected to write, you will write for and against the topic. That is, was it a sudden development? Was it not a sudden development? You will give some points. See here, this is a 10-mark question which is of 150 words. So you are required to write for and give at least 2 or 3 points in brief, against, and again 2 or 3 points in brief. That suffices. So now I expect you to just pause this video, write a sample answer yourself, and when I'll be discussing the sample answer, do some self-evaluation. Or you can even send that answer in our Telegram group, Answer Writing by Prudent IAS, for further evaluation. The model answer, repeatedly I always say, always follow intro, body, conclusion approach. So introduction, 10-mark question, brief intro. The partition of British India in 1947, it was a pivotal event driven by deep-rooted religious and political divisions. While it was the culmination of long-standing tensions, its rapid implementation led to widespread upheaval. Now, look, We have given an insights about the partition of India, then the demand of the question, that is for and against the topic. We have written one line about the demand. You can even merge these, concise these, but the meaning must be clear and given in brief. The body of the answer, you will write one major heading. Partition was a sudden development. This is for the topic, that is in favor. Here, as already mentioned, you will be using 2 or 3 points maximum. You will give subheadings, how to differentiate heading and subheading. Heading will be written in block letters, that is capital, or you will write it and then make a box over it, or you can write it and then underline it. And then here as well for subheadings, you can either underline, just make a box over it, just highlight the headings and the subheadings. Also you can follow the alignment, that is, if this is the margin, this is the heading, here is the subheading and the point, subheading and the point. So this will also make the presentation a bit neater. Let's come to the answer. The subheading, concise heading, rapid British decision making. We have already discussed these points earlier, so we are keeping it brief here, focusing on the structural part. Lord Mountbatten's plan to divide India was decided within a year. A rushed timeline. The Radcliffe Commission drew borders hastily. Lack of consultation. The British made the partition decision without full consensus, with Indian leaders like the Congress Party and the Muslim League. Devastating human toll. So these are all points which we have discussed under sudden development. These are the evidences that show that partition was a sudden development. Then coming to against the topic, that is partition was not a sudden development. So just note down one point here. We have kept the headings similar to the question language, so that these headings are self-explanatory. That means even if you will not look at the points given below, then too you are aware that okay, this is the heading, the meaning is clear and what all is going to be written under it. So the heading needs to be self-explanatory. Under these, I have given you 5 points for a comprehensive understanding. You can choose any 2 or 3. You can concise it and write it accordingly. Since this is a model answer, so the word limit is skipped here. Colonial legacy of divisions. The British divide and rule policy, it already accelerated the religious and cultural divisions. The rise of regional nationalism. Indian Congress, as already mentioned, was associated with Hindu nationalism. The Muslim League demanded a separate state. Failure of constitutional reforms. World War II and changing global dynamics. Mountbatten's role and the hasty partition. So I hope this is clear. The answer is concise, presented neatly. This is a simple approach, that is for and against the topic. I prescribe this approach for these answers. Do not go for that comparison. Comparative method is not required here. Flowchart is also will be a bit congested. So better use this heading, subheading, bullet structure and just number the points using alphanumeric digits. The last part of the question and the most crucial one is the conclusion. Keep it concise. The partition of British India was the result of long-standing tensions. That is, yes, it was not abrupt, but it was executed hastily. So we are addressing both the dimensions. We are giving a balanced conclusion. The key here is a balanced conclusion. You are not going to choose one side and say and disapprove of the other. With insufficient planning, making it both an inevitable outcome as well as a sudden chaotic event with severe consequences. So the conclusion is very important here, because you are not taking sides, you are not merely giving statements and disapproving the other sides. You are presenting a balanced conclusion. Also, you are summarizing the above points. So let's look at the sample answer once. This is how your answer is going to look. Of course, you can concise some points to fit in the word limit. Introduction, the body of the answer, and conclusion. The structural headings of introduction, body of the answer and conclusion were just for your understanding. I have skipped all these. You are also not required to write those headings. So that's it for today. We'll be coming up with another interesting video very soon. Till then, join our group Answer Writing by Prudent IAS. The link of this Telegram group will be given in the description box below. Thanks for watching.